Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Psychic Medium Toni G, and I am Toni G, Toni Greene. So today is Memorial Day, and I am going to try to keep my show at 30 minutes because I'm going to record Create a Life You Love right after this, and then I have like so much going on today. It's craziness, just craziness. I thought I'd be able to bike, and I won't be able to. And if you know anything about me, you know that makes me really sad. So I think there are two seasons. There's winter and then there's cycling season. So that tells you there's where I sit. My hair is not looking right. Anyway, so we are going to get started right away. First of all, being Memorial Day in America, we call it Memorial Day. In other countries, they call it Remembrance Day, or they may have different names for this particular holiday. What the holiday represents, obviously, is in memory of. And some people use it in memory of anyone who has passed, but also in memory of those in the military who have served and lost their life defending our country. And what's going on in the world today really in some ways saddens me, because those that defend our country, whether it be on our streets daily and at night, and those who are defending our country against any evils that might try to take our freedoms, are not being respected and honored for putting their lives on the line to make sure that we are safe and we can go home at night, or be home at night, or drive down the street without living like we are in a third world country. A lot of people who are looking at one aspect of something, one incident, one over propagandized media event or two, really aren't bringing the respect forward that is needed for those who defend us daily. So I just want to say, I know I honor and respect our military and our protectors so much. I hope you do too. No matter what country you live in, these are the people who leave their families, put their lives on the line to make sure that we have the ability to go out and celebrate today, and have freedom of speech, and have freedom to have a barbecue, or to do whatever it is that we want to do. So please honor them, respect them. And for every person that's bad in any industry, there are so many more that are good. You know, there are bad attorneys that give good attorneys a bad rep. So just, you know, everything in perspective. So having said that, I want to say hi to those online watching me live on YouTube. Hey, Genevieve. Hey, Em. I hope everything is good in your world. Okay, so a few little announcements before I go to callers. If you want to ask a question, please call in. 845-277-9131 is the call-in number that you can call into. And I think because it's a holiday, there aren't a lot of people on my call log right now. So if you want to get in and call, it is open. I can see that. I want to thank Rude Rangers TV. I'm so excited to be a part of their family and their stations, to be a part of their grouping. They have the most amazing energy I've ever experienced. It's such an honor to be able to work with them. So this show airs on WSCS every week for 30 minutes. If you are watching me on WSCS, thank you so much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. At the 30-minute mark or at the 28-minute mark, it will cut off of WSCS. If you want to see the rest of the show, there are many ways you can do that. You can go to my YouTube station. And yes, Genevieve, call in. I want to talk with you today on the show. You can go to my YouTube station and watch the rest of the show. You can watch on ruderangerstv.com, and you can download the Rude Rangers TV app. Just Google it, you will find it. Rude Rangers is streaming me live on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, and I think Apple TV, Mondays at 6 p.m. if you want to watch. Please, I have a friend in Florida that I told that I was going to be streaming, and he said, oh, awesome. I have an 80-inch TV. I'm like, oh, dude, no. I do not use Botox or fillers. Please do not blow my face up that big. Seriously. So he and I had a good laugh about that. But please, if you put me on a 80-inch TV, please be kind about it. Okay, what's the other thing? WSCS, I'm Blog Talk, of course, I'm on Blog Talk, and Rude Rangers is also streaming me on many podcasts, and I'm so grateful to be a part of them. They have a great magazine called Win Magazine, which I will hopefully be adding to soon. And we are working out some details for Create a Life You Love. So listen, Create a Life You Love is my second show. And I love this show because it takes, people who have a passion and turn it into their purpose and make it their life's work. So if you own a business or you have done this and you want to be on Create a Life You Love, you can reach out to Rude Rangers, Rudy or Amber. They'll be happy to help set that up. See, that's why else I love them, because they're helping me in that area to get that show going in that way. Okay, so that's going to be amazing and phenomenal, and I'm so looking forward to that. And to talking again, having live interviews on that show again. I'll still be doing, don't worry, don't panic, I'll still be doing Law of Attraction, Manifestation, Create a Life You Love, because I think it's important to listen to how somebody got there, how they did it. Everybody thinks it's an overnight come up with rappers and movie stars. Just because you didn't hear about them before they started or blew up doesn't mean they weren't in the street hustling or struggling or working day and night to get there. Very few people are overnight sensations, and those who are overnight sensations don't always become lifelong sensations. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But Create a Life You Love has two different formats that meld into one. The first part is me just talking about how you can create that life you love, how you manifest it, what makes you in the flow, what puts you in the flow of that. And the second part is interviewing business owners and people who have accomplished their goals. Now, if you would like me to interview you where you are, let's say you're in Florida or New Orleans, wherever you are, again, talk to Amber and Rudy. They will set up all those details. We will come to your business, take pictures, and make it a beautiful interview for you. Okay, now today on Psychic Medium Toni G, I am going to be taking callers. Again, the number is, let me just double check the number, 844-874-8255. 845-277-9131. Hopefully you can get through. I don't know. Hopefully there's not an issue with Blog Talk today, because usually I have like, oh, you know what? It's a holiday. And sometimes on holidays, people can't get through. I hope that's not the case today. I really do. So please try if and I've had this before where if it's a holiday, people have not been able to get through, but I hope that's not the case. However, if I can't get callers on Blog Talk, just post your question in the the chat area of YouTube. Oh, words are my things, but that doesn't mean they always come to me the way they're supposed to. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so you guys, I'm working on my 8th book, and the content just keeps coming to me. I keep going to put it in the computer, but the content keeps coming. So I haven't even been able to put it in the computer yet. And it's so making me a little sad, because I'm like, oh, this is so much content. How am I going to format this? But by the end of the week, I'm going to stop with the content and just start putting it in the computer, and then it will be available. Would you like pre-sales on this? I don't know. I just kind of like to pop it out when it's ready. Otherwise, I feel a lot of pressure. I don't want to feel pressure. So I'm going to say hello to some of the people on YouTube right now. Hey, Steve, how are you? Oh, we met last Memorial Day. I can't even remember. Steve, can you remind me what I did last Memorial Day? Where was I? What did I do? It was wonderful meeting you. I'm sure it was. I know that for a fact. Okay, Genevieve. Oh, the line is dropping on Blog Talk. Okay, so I'm sorry, folks. Don't be offended, Steve. I don't even remember what I did like 3 days ago. Please don't be offended. Oh, you had an appointment, visited my office. See, I am so sorry that I didn't remember that. I'm so sorry. My mind right away went, was there like a picnic or event I went to last Memorial Day? It's with the way the last year has been, it's all been kind of a little blurry, right? Yes. Okay, here we go. Okay, so since the calls are dropping to Blog Talk and nobody's able to get through, so if you have a question you want to ask, and I'm sorry, I'm going to try to Mahash Rajput, if you have a question you would like to ask, Genevieve, if you have a question you'd like to ask, Steve, if you have a question you would like to ask, please go ahead, put it in the chat section. I will answer it. Please make your questions a little bit more direct. And while you guys are thinking of your questions to put in, I'm going to talk a little bit about, you know what I want to talk about today? Relationships, just a little bit. Not only relationships as they are with a partner, like a love partner, but relationships as they pertain to friends and family. And one of the biggest things that I will say that I've been noticing with everyone is that with relationships, there tends to be a pattern, a type of person that we are continually bringing into our life. And a lot of times, knowingly or unknowingly, this is someone who is just like someone in our family. For example, our partners can tend to have some of the same characteristics and behaviors as one or both of our parents or a sibling. And typically, these are the characteristics that we love or we need to heal from. One of the things that I have noticed a great deal is that relationships aren't, especially love relationships, they're not always there just to be in the relationship. It's about healing yourself. It's about, okay, this person, this really triggers me. Now this person is doing it and it triggers me. Now this person is doing it and it triggers me. So then the question isn't about the trigger, about the person that's triggering you. Because I've heard people say, why is everybody annoying me? That's a really good way to put it. And why are they? There's something going on with you. Okay. There's something that you need to really look at and examine within yourself that helps you understand why you're being triggered. Where's the source of that trigger? So today we're going to do some really powerful clearings, whether you're listening, re-listening, um, no matter what, these clearings should help you. So the first clearing on YouTube is at 1625, and on Blog Talk it's at 1325 approximately. And we're going to go with stuck. I'm stuck, right? So being stuck, and I'm not saying in relationships and patterns, just I'm stuck. I get a yes. We're going to start clearing that. And we often don't even realize where or how or why we are stuck. We just know we're stuck. Or sometimes we don't even know we're stuck. We think everything is fine and it's everybody else. Okay. Hey, Joe, how are you? Oh, it's Kayla. Kayla. Hey, Kayla here for the first time. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry I have to repeat this, but for some reason, Blog Talk is not typically on holidays. I completely forgot about this. I always do my show every Monday, no matter what, even if it falls on a holiday. The only time I didn't do my shows on the Monday was when I was in Colombia and I couldn't get a connection for the show. But I forgot that on holidays, the call line can sometimes be funny, and they drop calls on holidays on Blog Talk. And I'm so sorry for everybody trying to get through on that. So instead, we're doing clearings. And if you have a question, please put your question in the chat. I will try to answer it for you. Genevieve, finances, interference coming soon. Okay, Genevieve, I love that you have a finance question, because the first thing we're going to do is clear that. Okay, I want to say, okay, thanks, Steve, for connecting through YouTube. I love that. And thank you for being with me on LinkedIn too. Genevieve, money is coming into you. I want to say, you know what is weird is I feel like you're going to hear something very soon about this money. If you haven't heard something in May, you're going to hear about it in the beginning of June. Now, I'm going to tell you, here's what I say about money. If you are waiting on money, let's say, if there's money that's supposed to be coming to you, or money that is you're working for, or a goal you have with money, put that goal, have that goal, have that knowing it's coming to you, but then get in that place. And I cannot stress this enough, because you will be amazed at how quickly this makes everything move. Okay. Get in that place where you're working on your money. And that doesn't mean literally bringing money to you right now. What that means is you are working on your ideas, your patents, your career, your business, you're doing it, whatever it is, you're doing it. You're working toward or working on what's going to bring you prosperity in the future. And when you do that, all of a sudden, all the money channels open and it's coming to you in all different ways from different directions. Okay. So for money, it's such a particular weird thing. And okay, last week on Create a Life You Love, the show, my battery on my computer died and the show ended with me saying, and this is so true. And I'm just going to put it out here. Money has a frequency and only we give it value. Okay. The value of $100 to me and the value of $100 to uh, somebody else is completely different. I have friends and people in my life on every level. And level doesn't mean better than or worse than in any way, shape, or form. It's just their understanding of the world. Some people who possibly don't bring in as much finances have a more of us what they would consider they focus more on their spiritual understanding. But let me say this: if you understand spirituality in the truest form, and it's okay if you want to argue with me, but I'm going to tell you, go argue with your deities. Don't argue with me. Don't waste your time because I'm just going to repeat what I repeat. Okay. I'm going to keep repeating what they tell me. This is an abundant place. This is an abundant planet. We are here to prosper. Anything that is demonized in any way, the people who are demonizing it usually are stockpiling it. So those like the Catholic Church, for example, oh, you have to give us this. They literally bill you. If you're a part of a church, many churches, they will literally bill you every month. It's supposed to be a tithing. What I want to give from my heart, what I feel good giving. You're not entitled to what I earn. I can give what I feel is right at any given time. But back to this, and if you want to argue with me about tithing, it's your energy wasted arguing. Here's the thing. The Catholic Church, for example, has a city of gold under the Vatican. Art, cars, literally gold and money. So go back in the 60 Minutes and 2020 interviews about the Vatican, where they walk through the city underneath the Vatican and all the things that they have. Yet they're telling us we need to not have it. Who does that even make sense to? And why would you buy into that? That's like saying don't have air, don't have food. Okay, we need money to survive, first of all. It's just one of those things. And second, money is only bad if you think it's bad. Money in itself is it's a piece of paper. It's a piece of paper, or a copper or a silver. It's a coin or a piece of paper. That's it. You give it value. And where my show ended last week when my battery died, as I was saying, if you find a penny, you might think a penny has no value, right? Because it's just a penny. But then you notice that the penny from 1918, and then I was making the comment, did they make pennies in 1918? And I think I'm pretty sure that's where my battery died, because then I didn't get to say, if it is from, like, let's just say 1918, then all of a sudden, oh, well, maybe this is a collector's penny and it has value. Then all of a sudden you want to polish that penny and keep it and work on it. Money is just an energy. It's a frequency. And wherever your frequency is, that is going to be your frequency for finances. Whatever you believe about money, your comfort zone with money, your beliefs about money, all of that is going to come through in your frequency. Now, we were put here to be abundant and prosperous in every single area. Every area. And believe me, trust me, I talk to enough people up there, angels, guides, ascended masters, loved ones. Trust them. It's what you make it. In this world, it's what you make it. Now, maybe some wealthy people have done some bad things. I know a lot of really poor people that do really bad things. Okay? People do things because of who they are, not what they have. And like Ed Gein, Jeffrey Dahmer, I don't think they were millionaires or billionaires. They did bad things. Well, what we consider bad things. So, just because somebody with a lot of money used their power inappropriately, trust me, if that person was peant poor, they would still be using their power inappropriately. And I see it. I see people with no money out here hustling and misusing their power. Okay? So it's not money in and of itself. So first and foremost, stop thinking of money as something good, bad, hard, or easy. It's just like everything else in love, in life, in love, and in love, that what you love is going to flow to you. What you believe you deserve is going to come to you. What you believe is right for you and okay for you is going to be brought to you. That's it. It's just that simple. Now, let's go back to the $100 thing. Just for example, I love this example. Some people on a regular spend more than $100 on their dinner when they go out, just their dinner, drinks not included. Other people would say, oh my God, I would never do that. Okay, that's your comfort zone, that's your frequency, that's your level. But it doesn't make it wrong for that person. Right? It doesn't make it wrong for that person. And it doesn't make it wrong that you don't do it. It just is what it is. It is what it is.
90 seconds.
So you want to be in that space where you are comfortable and grateful and happy, not only for your abundance, but for everybody else's abundance. Because when you become grateful and happy and in that place where everybody's abundance is good, more starts to come to you.
Seconds.
Sorry about the countdown for Blog Talk. So having said that, like everything in life is a frequency. Everything in life is a energetic match or it's not an energetic match. Let's do a clearing for finances. So money comes to us easily. I get a no. Let's clear that because we do. We want money to flow to us easily. I like using the word wealth too over abundance. Wealth has a completely different meaning to people than abundance does. Abundance is
10
like
seconds.
the soft word for it, where wealth is just putting it out there. And most people are not even comfortable saying, they say, I want to be abundant, but most people are not comfortable saying, I want to be wealthy. Why wouldn't you want to be wealthy? If you want to be abundant, you should want wealth in every area of your life, and you should be comfortable saying you want wealth in every area of your life, right? So we are comfortable being wealthy. I get a no, so let's clear that. We allow wealth in. I get a no, so let's clear that. And for some of these clearings, you might feel energy moving in your solar plexus. You might feel it moving in your heart, and you might feel it moving in your head. You might not feel it. That's okay. It doesn't mean nothing's happening. Just allow it. Just allow. And again, these clearings are happening right about the 30-minute mark. So if you want to come back just to do the clearing for wealth again and again, go back to the 30-minute mark on YouTube. I'm going to tell you, if you are blocking your abundance, if you are blocking your money, you are limiting the amount of love you're letting in. You are limiting the amount of everything you let in, because there is nothing in our life that is not all encompassing if it's in our mind. Either we believe we deserve, either we believe we are a vessel of acceptance of good and prosperity and abundance, or we do not. We do not categorize and subcategorize this. We are either in the flow of this, going with it, or we are stuck going without it. And when I say going without it, I mean going without love, money, abundance. If you find you keep ending up in the same financial pattern, the same relationship pattern, people treating you the same way, bosses, or your finances always look the same, well, let's clear that. Let's level up. Let's go to the next step, the next thing. And I'm going to tell this, I cannot be more clear about this. This all starts in the head and the heart. They are divinely connected. How much we love ourselves, how we unconditionally love ourselves, starts our mind to speak about where we are in this world and what we deserve in this world. How we deserve to be treated by others, how we deserve to be treated by our boss, what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, how we deserve to be treated by partners, and what we deserve in our bank account or pay from our employer, or even from our clients in our business. I know people who have businesses that are like 6 figures, but their bank account is 3 figures most of the time. And that goes to, this is my comfort zone with money. This is what I believe I deserve. I believe I deserve to be in poverty. I will give it all away. I will squander it all away. I will waste it all away. But I'm going to justify every one of those steps while I leave myself completely depleted. Because those people you're depleting yourself for, they're going to move on in a minute while you sit depleted. The best thing, the most beautiful, absolutely beautiful thing you can do for you and anyone else and everyone else is to become the most abundant, prosperous person in every area. I mean, this goes beyond wealth, obviously, but it has a lot to do with wealth because it's all connected. It's a spider web, okay? It's a spider web. It's all connected. The most empowering thing you can do is become the most successful person you can possibly be. And if you can't do that for you, if you can't get out of bed in the morning and say, I'm gonna, I'm gonna, I'm not saying that. I'm gonna be the most successful person I can be today. I'm gonna start my day off. I'm gonna start it with power. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show out. I'm gonna be it. Because there's somebody watching me. I don't know who that person is. I don't care who that person is. But there's somebody watching me, and I'm an example to that person. So if you can't do it for you, do it for whoever is watching you, because especially kids, even teenagers, they're looking to us. Even, I don't care what you say, they're watching us. And they're saying, even if they act with disdain towards us, that's teenage stuff. Remember back to those days with us, we might have had a more respectful disdain, but we still were like, rolled our eyes and stuff at the older generation, but we watched them. My stepfather always owned his own business from the moment I knew him. And every place I worked, I walked in not like an employee doing a job, like a business owner learning the whole business. With respect for the business owner, with respect for the person who put the pie together. And so I cannot tell you the number of times I would be someplace doing work for someone, like at the health club, and they would literally ask me, is this your business? Because I put that much into it, because I had that much respect for it, because I showed up in that way. I never thought of myself as just the person who did this or just the person who did that. That would have been so disrespectful to myself and to the people who brought me on. So someone is watching you. It might not be your people, but those aren't always the people you're supposed to light the path for. It might be somebody you don't even know, somebody you will not know about for years. They are watching. And you are setting their limits. You are showing them how to be the person they're going to be. You're showing them their limits on money, just like our parents showed us. Show them to be limitless. Show them to love unconditionally. Show them to put family as a unit. Because maybe nobody else is. Maybe the people in their life have forgotten or were never taught and never learned. Maybe you're the one person that will show up in a way that allows them to break the barriers and to become what's inside of them. To glow up, to blow up, whatever hip term there is today. To become that person that is beyond what they thought they could be in the beginning. You are lighting a path one way or another. Either you're using a candle or you are using a blowtorch. Either you're using this little bitty lighter or you're setting a bonfire. You are showing people every day with your actions and your behaviors and your limitations how to treat you and who you are and what you're capable of. I don't care if you're a janitor, and there's nothing wrong with being a janitor. or a maintenance person, whatever they're called now. Show up and be that, own it. Each person has the ability to have unlimited, and I cannot stress the unlimited, whatever they want. And again, it's a belief system. What we believe in our heart we deserve or could or should have is what we get. Now, I'm going to in a few seconds here, I'm going to stop this show because it's turned into Create a Life You Love. And I'm going to take a quick break, and I'm going to start Create a Life You Love. I have to go into YouTube Studio and set up the live stream and just take a break for a second. But I want to start off, I even want to make a note here that I'm going to start off with, hopefully I'll be able to start off where I'm leaving here. But the bottom line is we are an example. But the person we're the biggest example for is ourselves. Right? For ourselves. We have to show up better for ourselves. Just if you had no partner, no children, some of you are thinking, oh, what a life that would be. Well, that's me. I'm single, no children, no pets right now. But hey, listen, just because somebody's single, it doesn't mean they're available. Okay. I might be available depending upon. But the bottom line is, if you were doing it just for you, how much would you do? But if you're doing it for your family, does that change? But the bottom line is, you have to do it because it's inside of you and you believe it and you feel it and you love it. Okay, that's where I'm going to pick up Create a Life You Love. Give me about 10 to 15 minutes, and that show should be popping up on this channel under the title Create a Life You Love. If you can join me for that, I would really love that. If not, I completely understand. You can rewatch it on WSCS or Rudy TV. And before I even go into all of that, I have to, now I already forgot the last. See, when I channel, as soon as it comes out of my mouth, I lose it. Show up for you. I'm just going to write show up for you, and hopefully, and of course my pen isn't working for you. Okay, hopefully I'll just be able to read that when I get there. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for joining me here today on this amazing Monday. Remember, it's your job to create the miracles in your life. And please remember this. If you're not creating your miracles, they're not going to be the miracles you want. You're going to be living out everybody else's miracles. So, what creates a miracle? Yeah, let's talk about that on Create a Life. What? Oh, my pen is working. Yay, creates. This is probably the most annoying thing, you watching me write my notes. Okay, I love you guys so much. I'm here every Monday for Psychic Medium Toni G. I'm here every Monday at noon. So please join me for that show or watch it afterwards on Rude Ranger TV and WSCS or on my website, which I have not updated and I'm going to try to get to this week. I love each and every one of you so much, and I will see you in a few minutes for Create a Life You Love.